Okay, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're doing a full breakdown of everything I earned in 2025 as a failed van life YouTuber. So first of all, this isn't a woe is me pity party for being a failed van life influencer. It is just my way of showing how much you could expect to earn as a failed van life influencer. I am planning on continuing to make content in this same general lane, but I have, for the past 3 years in a row, I've taken the summer off and went on 2-month-long extended van life trips where I made videos. I do not know if I will be able to continue that in the exact same way this year. Financially, as we will get into, it is not looking good. And also, to a certain degree, I feel like that content is not what is demanding views on YouTube. Obviously, it's what I want to make on videos. I want to go do cool things in my van and make videos about it. But I do think I'm going to have to change things up this year as we move forward into 2026. With that being said, we're going to get a few things out of the way. I believe this is 4 years I've now had this YouTube channel. And I got monetized last year, I think in May. And I think I made close to $600 Canadian last year. All my dollar figures will be in Canadian because I am Canadian and proud to be Canadian. So 4 years I've had this YouTube channel. When I started it, I kind of was just messing around, making a few videos of my van build. And then when I got laid off from my old job when my boss died, first of all, I was a little shook because my boss died at 50 years old. And I was like, you know what? I need to go out and do some things. And also, I had no job, so I was like, I got to take this more seriously. So, for about 3 years, 2.5 years, I've taken this channel more seriously. And the vast majority of my gains have come in that period of time. With that being said, I think we're just going to run through a whole bunch of information via screenshots from my YouTube Studio app. We'll go through, talk about earnings, talk about views, talk about things, and and then we'll come back with a conclusion. So with that being said, let's roll some screenshots. So first of all, I have 2,284 subscribers, which is up 728 this year. And that has led to 179,685 views this year. Split is 83,856 views on video and 95,000 on shorts. I did a daily short for every day of my summer trip, and that proved relatively popular. Although making those daily shorts did make it difficult for me to actually produce real videos well on my trip. It really cut into the downtime that I would have used editing because I was editing shorts, and also you have to do something every day to make a short about, so there was like less downtime as a whole. I do think it was worth it making those shorts, but next year if I do the same thing, I think I need to find a better way to maintain video flow at the same time as making my shorts. With that being said, last year, I also did not have the same video flow that I would have liked, that I think I had previously. I definitely missed a few weeks, and I don't want to do that. I should have a video coming out every week, potentially more, plus shorts, but I had general stress with getting back to work. My dog was sick, he passed away. I was stressed out. I had some burnout. So I just could not keep up the level of production that I would have liked to have had. And now moving forward into 2026, I would like to produce more, stay on top of it. And that's the goal. But that could just be the January 1st motivation talking. Anyways, I had a total of 10,076.5 watch hours, which is up 18% year over year, leading to a total of $769.36 of YouTube earnings. The spike in the middle is from when someone gave me $50, and the January spike was from this same video that I made last year, which was my 4th highest grossing YouTube video this year, behind my Bowen Lake video, the video that got the $50 donation on, and a video I made a few years ago in the snow. I think snow sells on YouTube. Anyways, you can see how much some of my videos I made this year made, and that I had over 1 million impressions with an impression click-through rate of 4.3%, which seems like it could be improved upon. I had an average view duration of 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Here's how viewers found me. I need to make more shorts. I had an average monthly audience of 7,315, and you can see how that breaks down to viewer type here. And here's a breakdown of revenue per month, July being the highest because I did get that $50 donation. Speaking of donations, I got $216.70 donated to me on Patreon, which is not bad considering I do nothing over there. I also grew my TikTok following this year from essentially 0 to 1,026 followers. And I even got 189,000 views on one video there. But usually, I get way less. I pretty much just post my same shorts that I post on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But the only place I made money with them was on YouTube. So was it worth it? Financially, absolutely not. This channel has made very limited money, and it doesn't even come close to paying off. It might come close to paying off the equipment if I consider I have 2 cameras, a drone, a tablet. It does not pay for all that. With that being said, it's hard to expect it to cover that. I bought that stuff for my own pleasure to use. I wanted to capture the videos. I wanted to edit the videos. I did that for fun. The cost of these trips has been nowhere close to being offset. I do not know exactly how much these trips cost to do. They all vary. I've had to buy some gear, a lot of fuel, a lot of food on the go, but you're going to eat anyways. Camping. None of that gets paid for by this channel. That's all out of pocket. But these are trips that I want to do regardless. I was going to go on these trips, period. So I understood going in that this was probably not going to pay for it. The goal would be for it to pay for it, but I can't think of that as lost money. That was a vacation. I've been on 3 big trips. Those were vacations that I went on and I recorded and made videos from. That money's gone. But the biggest cost of this whole channel is missed income in general. I got laid off, went on my first trip. That one's easy. Second trip, I stayed unemployed for a year, half on EI, half just going off of savings. And then I got a job for 6 months, which I quit to go again on the summer. But I haven't found a job, and it's now 6 months on. So the amount of lost income I have made by not working or working substandard, like less than I should be making by getting a mediocre job that just tides me over, that amount of money is the biggest financial hit that I've had on this channel. Is it worth it? Probably not. But if this channel does grow, which I am still somewhat confident that it will grow and potentially support me in the future, I'm going to continue making these channels or these videos on this channel. And I am still optimistic. I think I'm going to need to change things up, but I would not consider this whole thing as a lost cause. I know I've also inspired people. I have run into 6, 7, 8 people in the wild that tell me how much they love my videos. I've inspired them to do things. They learned things from my video. They did stuff because of my video. That all feels really good. And I do want to share my experiences, my love of Canada and the things that I've traveled to. I do want to spread that out. So I have done that. But I will say, the reason I want to make a YouTube channel, was to eventually make it my job and my business to make more and more. And with that as my goal, this channel has failed. I will continue making videos. Hopefully it'll get better in the future. It'd be cool if I could get sponsors, if I get more products sent to me and be able to make more videos as a whole. It'd also be kind of handy if I could find a job that allowed me to work in the winter and I could not work in the summer, go on my trips, but then immediately have a job. All those things. So with that being said, I am not upset that I am a failed van life influencer. This was just a video to show you how much money you could make if you're in the same position as me as a failed van life influencer. So with that being said, that's it. That's the end of this episode. Peace.